Assalamualaikum and hello. In this video, we are going to learn how to give the name based on a few rules in order to get the IUPAC nomenclature for branch alkanes. Take a look carefully. This is for branch alkane. The step 1, you are going to determine the parent chain. How? Determine the longest carbon chain that you can detect. The second step, you must identify the substituents, and your substituents will be prefixed. It means that your substituents will be in front of it with the lowest possible numbers at the position of carbon atoms in your parent chain. Let's go to first example 3, where I got this structure. How you want to give the name for this structure, please determine the longest carbon chain first. So if I got my longest carbon chain from here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So my longest carbon chain is 4. But I can also start my labeling from the right, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you see here, what I highlight in yellow color is my parent chain. Now, if you take a look carefully, you got one substituent which is methyl group. So its structure is CH3. So this is methyl group. So how you want to give the name? You are going to put methyl at the front in the lowest possible number. So methyl can be either at position carbon number 2 or carbon number 3. But between 2 and 3, we are going to choose 2 because 2 is much more lower than 3. So the numbering that I will take is in the red color. So the full name will be 2-methyl, and then the straight chain for me with 4 carbon atoms is butane. So you have to rapatkan nama dia without no space at all. So when number bertemu dengan huruf, there will be dash. When huruf bertemu dengan huruf, there will be no space. You have to make it close. So this is how you give the name for one example. Example 3, 2-methyl butane. Next one, we go to the next structure. If I want to calculate my numbering for the longest carbon chain, for example, I start from right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I start from left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the longest carbon chain for the parent is 5 carbon atoms. And the next one, I got my substituent, which is Br. The name for Br is bromo. So this is bromo. So how you want to give the name for bromo? Make sure the position of numbering for bromo is in the lowest number. So you got 2 and 4 at this carbon. So which one you will choose? You will take it as 2. So the full name for this structure will be 2-bromo. And then right now, you got the longest carbon chain, which is 5 carbon atoms. So 5 carbon means that your alkene is pentane. So this is my structure with the full name 2-bromo pentane. Let's go to the next one. When you want to give the name for step 3, there will be additional info that you have to understand. If you got 2 or more identical substituents, you have to give the prefix in front of the name for your substituents. If you got 2 of them, it will be di. If you got 3 of them, it will be tri. 4 of them, you call it as tetra, and 5 of them will be penta. That's for 2 or more identical substituents. Next one, we go to 2 or more different substituents. So if you got different substituents, you need to make sure you put the naming is in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, and so on. And that alphabetical order also includes the substituents with the naming iso and neo in front of them. However, you don't have to take note when writing the full name if you got di, tri, tetra, sep, and third in front of your alkyl group's name. For example, you got sep-butyl and you got methyl. For sep-butyl, you are going to take the alphabet start from B, not S. And for methyl, you are going to start from M. So which one goes first? Sep-butyl will go first, not methyl. Now, let's go to example 4. How you want to give the name for this one? Let's use the same steps as before. Calculate the longest carbon chain that you got. For example, I start from left, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I start from the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 is my longest carbon chain, which is the name of my parent is butane. The next one, I'm going to determine the substituents in my parent chain. I got 2 of them. The first one is CH3 at second carbon, and the second one is CH3, another one more at the third carbon. If you take a look here, both of them are identical, and it can be at position carbon number 2 or 3. So which means that you can choose whichever numbering in purple or red color, both are acceptable. So how I want to give the name for this one, my substituents is what we call as methyl. But due to the number of it, which is 2 of them, so I'm going to put di in front of it to indicate 2 of them. So the full name will be start from the position of carbon atoms for each substituent. I got 2, 3 dash dimethyl butane. So this is the name for my structure. And please remember, if you got number with number, you have to put comma in the middle of them. If you got number with alphabet, you have to put dash between them. For example, 3 with di, you put the dash here. And the next one, if you got alphabet with alphabet, make sure you close them together, just like di and methyl. So I hope you are clear how to give the name for example 4. Let's go to the second structure. So this structure is a bit long, but be careful. I'm going to start my numbering from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is my numbering if I start from the left. Next one, if I start from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can see my parent chain is heptane due to 7 carbon atoms in it. So this is heptane. Next one, how I want to determine the substituents. I got 3 of them. The first one is CH3. The second one is also CH3. And the next one we got in this form, just like kaki ayam, but 3 carbon atoms. So how you want to determine the name of them? In this case, you got CH3, 2 of them. So apply what you've learned so far. So I'm going to give the name for this one as dimethyl. Next one, I got this structure, kaki ayam with 3 carbon atoms. So the name of it will be isopropyl. So this is isopropyl. So for this case, how I want to write my name, I have to follow the alphabetical order for my substituents. For dimethyl, I'm going to take alphabet M because from here, di is not included. That's why we will start from M. And next one, isopropyl, I'm going to start from alphabet I because I is included from here. So now we can determine the numbering, or another term we call them as locants. How you want to give the lowest numbering, you have to combine all the numbers of carbon atoms that have all substituents attached to them. Let's go with the red color first. I got 3, 4 and 4. So 3, 4 and 4, the total will be 11. Next one, for the blue color, I got 4, 4 and 5. The total will be 13. So this is what we call as locants. So which locants is the lowest one? It will be 11, which is in the red color. So this is the numbering that I'm going to take based on my substituents. So I'm going to start with isopropyl first because I is before M. So isopropyl is at position carbon number 4 in the red color. So my naming will be 4-isopropyl. And then the next one, I'm going to write down my substituents, 2 of them at position carbon number 3 and 4. Make sure you put in the correct sequence, 3 first followed by 4, but put the dash first because it's the number 3, 4 dash dimethyl, and then my parent will be heptane. So this is how you give the name for this structure with heptane as your parent and the rest of them in front of it, what we call prefix, are the substituents attached to heptane. Now we are going to continue with the additional guideline for step 1. So this is how you want to determine the parent chain. So I got 2 cases here. So this is guideline. When you give the numbering for the carbon chain, you got the same number, either start from the left or right. So how you want to determine, because both of them are in equal length, so the selection for the parent chain got 2 cases here. The case 1 is you choose the chain whose substituents have the lowest number. And the second one, you choose the chain that contains more number of substituents. So we are going to take a look one by one. Let's go to case 1. Case 1, first thing first, step number 1, determine the numbering for carbon atom. So I'm going to start from left in the red color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the next one, I'm going to start from right in the blue color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you see from here, the numbering is just the same, 6 of them. Now, I got 3 substituents here. So my name for the parent is hexane. So parent is hexane. I'm going to write it down just beside it. So now I'm going to determine which numbering I'm going to choose for my substituents. There are 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. So let's go to the red color first. Red color at carbon number 2, 3, and 5. So the total will be 10. Next one, in the blue color, I got methyl group at carbon number 2, 4, and 5. The total will be 11. So between 10 and 11, which one I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose the lowest one based on case 1, the lowest number. The red color is the numbering that I will follow. So how I want to give the full name for this one? So my full name will start with the numbering of my prefix, my substituents, 2, 3, 5, dash. I got 3 identical substituents, which is methyl groups. So my name will be trimethyl, and then my parent will be hexane, 6 number of carbon atoms. So this is my naming for this structure, case 1. Now let's go to case 2, where I'm going to determine the numbering as well. For example, I start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, if I start from the same side, from here, in the blue color, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm going down, 5, 6, 7. I also got the equal length. But right now, the difference is, in the red color, go straight. In the blue color, straight and go down. So which one is going to be my parent with the correct numbering? I'm going to take a look at case 2. Case 2, you have to determine the parent chain that contains more number of substituents. So let's go to the red substituents. Red substituents, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is for red numbering. You got 4 substituents. However, if you go with the blue one, for the blue one, you got 1, 2, and then 3. So there will be 3 substituents for the blue one. So how you want to determine which one is the correct numbering for your parent chain? Determine based on the more number of substituents. So 4 is the great choice for this case. So I'm going to take the numbering with 4 substituents, the red color. So from here, I got red color, which is the first substituents is methyl. There will be 3 of them, so put tri. But the alphabetical order that I'm going to take a look at is alphabet M. The next one, I got this one, 3 carbon chain in the straight form attached to carbon number 4. So this one will be my second substituent. The name will be propyl. And I'm going to use P as my alphabet in alphabetical order. So between M and P, M comes first. So let's give the numbering for methyl. There will be at carbon number 2, 3, and 5. Then the name will be 2, 3, 5 dash trimethyl. And then you got the next substituent propyl at position carbon number 4 dash 4 dash propyl, and your parent with 7 carbon atoms. For this case, your parent will be heptane. So close them together. So this is the name for structure in case 2. So that's all for this video. I hope you are clear how to give the names for alkanes based on some rules that we've learned so far. I'm going to continue with the naming in the next video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!